Canas podcast. We talk sports, Canadian sports. Okay. Well,
I've learned to just deal with it until I get the intro for.
I think
for the
it's
podcast.
an incredibly clever jingle. So
I still don't like it.
Continue with it. Welcome to episode 51 of the Canas podcast.
Yep.
Lots to talk about today. We're going to talk about different sports that we haven't talked about in a while.
Yeah.
We will talk mostly about hockey in the end, but we have really quick on tennis. Leila Annie Fernandez is in the finals, or was in the finals of the Miami Open.
Ooh,
big deal.
That's a big deal. Yeah.
Bianca Andreescu tore a ligament in her ankle, from my understanding, so she will be gone for a very long time. So, absolutely heartbreaking. That's a very a good tennis player, a young tennis player who's just been battling injuries a lot since her U.S. Open.
Yeah, I was just gonna say she's very injury prone.
Yeah, very tough, very tough. The men aren't really doing anything good, so quarterfinals, I mean, isn't awful, but it's not their potential, so that's it about tennis, really.
Yeah.
Baseball, the season started.
Yep.
Yeah, Blue Jays started off 1-1, spoiler alert. Very high scoring first game, very low scoring second game. Their offense was completely
How is that a spoiler alert? If it already happened and...
I don't know, maybe people have the PVR'd or something and they wanted to watch it after the weekend, you know?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, apart from that, both, I wouldn't say, not poor outings by both starting pitchers, but not, what we're expecting of them.
Well, also, it's, the beginning of the season. So
and they're both getting used to the pitch clock. Both Noah and Gossman were slower pitchers, slower in getting it, so by the middle of the season they'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, they have, 160 something more games?
Yeah, 160,
yeah,
exactly. So we got loads of time.
Yeah.
That said, I'm going to make a bold prediction out of the AL East. There will be 3 teams that make the playoffs. I don't think that's a bold prediction, but I think that they're all going to have over 95 wins.
The 3 teams from the AL East?
3 teams will have over 95 wins. There's less divisional games this year. From my understanding, it went down from 19 to just 13.
That's a lot.
Or 17 to 11. I mean, you play 162 games, so 19 divisional games. But the AL East is so strong, so the Blue Jays...
No, I meant that's a lot of that they took out.
Oh yeah. But they added, 6 times, they have 4 opponents, so 24 extra games against cross-conference teams. So the Blue Jays will be playing much weaker NL teams. So it's very exciting. Yeah. So that's why I think there might be 300-win teams by the AL East, or 95. 95 is still a lot of wins.
Yeah.
A lot of wins. 95 and 57, I think, is what makes 162. No, 95 and 67.
Yeah.
That's still a big deal.
Yeah.
My math.
Your math is right,
Thank you. Oh, geez, I was scared.
I was
got to go back to Kumon for a second.
Yeah, right.
This is brutal.
Just get forced into Kumon again.
Seriously.
Your mom was like, Victor, you're sucking at math right now. It's embarrassing. You're going back to Kumon.
Yeah. Dad, I think, would be the one to really say that, though.
Oh, really? Was it your dad or was it your mom?
No, my math has been so bad recently. It's like, I guess you should have seen Kumon a bit longer. I'm like, damn it. Oh, well. Yeah, they're not wrong. I definitely, my math is awful lately. So, anyways, I think that's all about baseball. Nothing. Yeah. The season literally just started.
Yeah, so nothing to be worried about.
Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think the bats are going to be the best part of this team. The defense has gotten significantly better. That's huge. That said, it's already been 2 errors in the first 2 games, and I think they were both by Bo Bichette. At least the first one was by Bo. I saw that one.
I have him on one of my teams.
Yeah. I wish I did a fantasy baseball team this year.
Listen, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just...
Oh, you should have texted me. I would have done it with you. I played 1 fantasy baseball league in my life, and I finished 2nd.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I know. I crushed them. Anyways, that's why my guy Josh Donaldson and Freddie Freeman, they were my guys, dude. That's why I love Josh Donaldson. Until his racist comment last year, and then I'm like,
and then you're like,
I don't like you as much anymore, but you're still a good ball player. Nothing really about basketball to talk about, you guys. The Raptors are currently sitting in 9th in the Eastern Conference as we speak. They're in a play-in spot. I think they'd love to finish 7th.
Yeah, you said preferably like 7th or 8th would be good.
I mean, ideally they finish first, obviously, but like it's impossible anymore. If they don't have to play the play-in, that's ideal. But I think they're better. But
at least if they play, if they're 7th or 8th, they can at least play one and go on.
The issue here is that Nick Nurse, they're uncertain about his future. Ooh. So that's a little intimidating. That said, they're not really giving him much of a team to work with. They need to go in a full rebuild. Build around Scotty Barnes, a full rebuild, 2 years, 1 year of just awful team, next year of like a much better team, and then just go full rebuild. And then there'll be a contender relatively.
I don't understand like you have a really good coach, but he's not given a good team, but then they're like blaming the coach.
I don't know if they're blaming the coach. I think it's more of a mutual thing. I think Nurse wants to go somewhere that might, be better set up to win and to have a better roster in front of him. If he has one superstar on his team, like he can take them very far in the playoffs. Like he's an exceptional coach, and the defense that he has is just unreal. And honestly, the Raptors have one of the biggest and best trade pieces in the entire NBA. OG Anunoby. He's the best defender in the NBA. People are saying, or if not the best, one of the best defenders. Yeah. So. That's really all the news that's coming out of basketball, though. Golf, next week is the Masters.
Ooh.
So we will be having that on the TV as we're recording, 100%. My Saturday and Sunday, I will not be leaving my house.
You'll be just watching the Masters?
I'm just watching the Masters all day. Yeah, I have house rentals that I have to do, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to just crush that all on Friday, on Good Friday. And that's about it. But it's the Masters. There is a tournament this week, the Vallear Texas Open, I think is what it's called. Corey Connors is currently sitting in second at, last time I checked, 11 under. First place is in 12 under. So he'll be in the last group.
No, that's not bad.
He has a chance at winning this week, which will be nice. And there was one other Canadian on the field, Taylor Pendrith, and he was out. But I'm interested in the Masters this year because both Live Golf and PGA Tour pros were going to be in there.
Oh.
Yeah. I really want Live Golf to get destroyed. I want none of them in the top 10. I want only PGA Tour pros in there because that would just be the biggest slap in Liv's face.
Oh, yeah.
I think Rory wins it this year. I think he's just playing way too good of golf. And I think there will be a Canadian that finishes in the top 10.
I can see that.
Mackenzie Hughes had a great tournament of the World Golf Match Play Tournament. Corey Connors is having a good tournament so far this weekend, sorry. And Nick Taylor always finds Nick Taylor? Yeah, so Taylor. And then Pendrith. Taylor Pendrith as well.
Okay.
So they're all having
some really good
so far.
Playing some really good golf lately.
Yeah, so I think one of them will finish in the top 10. I do believe a Canadian finishes in the top 10. I don't think they win it. But
we'll be tough.
But that said, I think our best chance is Corey Connors. Corey Connors has one of the best iron games in the entire PGA. Iron and wedges.
Yeah.
And the Masters is not a very long course. Augusta National is quite short. So it will be interesting to see. Bryson DeChambeau is like, I'm going to drive it for green. I'm like, come on, dude. Like every par 5 is reachable in 2 for him, which is not wrong. It's like they're only like 550 to 600 yards. And even then, or 520 yarder is like reachable in 1 almost for that guy. That guy has like 400 yard bombs half the time. It's just ridiculous. His pitching wedge goes the distance of my 7-iron. It's ridiculous.
That's
170 to 180 yards for a pitching wedge. Just absurd. But
he only needs probably 3 clubs in his bag, and that's it.
Pretty much. I think Rory wins it. Corey Connors finishes in 6th.
Ooh.
And no Live Tour guy finishes above 10th.
10?
That's my predictions for the Masters. Very excited. I will be wearing green all of next weekend, and I will be wearing green to work on Thursday. That's the plan. So, it will be fantastic. I'm very much looking forward to it. But, you have something about wrestling?
Yes, I do have something about wrestling. So we're recording on Sunday. So, and WrestleMania is a 2-day or 2-night event. So on Saturday, there was a tag team championship match that I told you about between Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and the Usos. And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn won. It was a really good match. It was slow at first. Everyone in the stands were a little quiet because it was the last match and it was after probably 4 hours of wrestling. So they're probably tired. But as the match went on, everyone started to get into the match, and the match was really good, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn pulled it off. So 2 Canadian wrestlers won the tag team championships. It was pretty cool. And also, I didn't know about this before, but there was a WWE Hall of Famer named Trish Stratus. She was in a match yesterday with her best friend Lita and Becky Lynch, and they supposedly won too. So,
and who's Canadian?
Trish Stratus. She's from Toronto.
Oh, very nice.
But yeah, so Canadians had a good showing in WrestleMania last night.
Very nice. Good for them. Who's going today?
There's no Canadians today. No.
Oh, so we won't talk about it. Hilarious.
But and then going to F1, Lance Stroll. I think this was his best finish in his whole career. He finished 4th due to a penalty on signs, but still finishing 4th.
That's huge.
That's huge for.
Wasn't it your bold prediction that he would get a podium finish this year?
I think so.
He was so close. So close. So close. And I thought that was the biggest. Nah, dude, no way. That's not happening in this world. No, that's huge.
It was either that. It was either that or got not in the points, but in top 5 maybe. I don't know. It was podium or it was top 5, but we're not gonna count it if it was podium, but 4th, so that's pretty good.
That's
12
really
points.
Good, yeah.
12 points, so
yeah. Good for him, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, which gives Aston Martin lots of points.
Yeah, that's
for the constructors too. So
that'll be nice. That'll be very nice.
But yeah, I was watching the beginning of the race last night because it started at 11, and Lance Stroll did go into the 3rd turn a little bit wide, causing Charles Leclerc to just go into the gravel and just finish the race. He got DNF'd.
Oh, no.
But it was a cluster of cars turning, so it was anything could have happened. But it was unfortunately Lance Stroll that caused it. But
that's not easy, man. Driving F1 cars.
No,
is so difficult.
Going 300k and then just going to an not immediate stop, but just a turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's
just insane. Those are some incredible athletes. They're tiny, but they're incredible athletes.
Yeah, they have to deal with so many G forces.
Yeah, seriously, that's huge.
And I wanted to be an F1 driver when I was little.
You're way too tall to be an F1 driver.
Probably. But it would have been fun.
Yep, that would have been awesome. I think we touched base on every sport. There is no football. Yeah. Footy, actually.
Oh.
Canada has qualified for the Nations League finals.
Oh.
They will be playing in Vegas mid to late June, from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have to play U.S. or Mexico in the semifinals. I'm pretty sure they play against Panama. So that's huge.
That is pretty huge.
Yeah. So that'll be nice to see. Kyle Larin still crushing it over in Spain. Davies still doing Davies things. Jonathan David is the second leading scorer for Lille in their history. Lots of positives happening for Canadian footy. Janine Becky this year tore her ACL. She just had surgery, so hopefully she gets a quick recovery. And the Women's World Cup coming up soon this summer. So lots for footy in the near future for sure. Canada's like plummeted down the world standings though. Hey, like they're in the 50s now. So
like the men?
Yeah. Sorry, definitely should have mentioned that part. The women are in the top 10, I think, still. But the men, yeah, it definitely plummeted down.
Is it because they weren't playing, or?
No, it's the World Cup showing. They lost every game.
Oh, that's true, yeah. And then everyone else got, like, at least a win and all that, yeah.
So, that all said, I do think Canada has a good chance at winning the Nations League. They are the best. They were the best team in CONCACAF in the World Cup qualifying.
Yep.
Talent-wise, they're pretty damn good.
Basically, they'll just have to do it again, and they'll just move on up again.
Yeah. So, John Herdman switched them to a 3-5-1 formation, though, hey?
Did he?
Yeah. Or 3-5-2. No, 3-5-1. Oh my god, my math. 3-5-2, 3-5-2.
Well, this is even math.
Final answer, 3-5-2.
Actually, it is, I guess, math.
This is math. Yeah, I have to add.
You have to add.
3-5-2. Goodness gracious, that's just embarrassing. Anyways, yeah, I switched to 3-5-2 and it's looking like it's working out decent.
That's good.
That also said, like, Victoria isn't back there, and Kamal Miller wasn't playing either. So, yeah, that's nuts. Anyway. All right, that's about footy. Hockey. Playoffs are starting right away. We have 2 Canadian teams that have already clinched.
Yep.
And one for sure, like 90% is 90% is going to make it. Right now, there is a massive battle between 3 teams for the final wild card spot in the West. It is between the Winnipeg Jets, Calgary Flames, and the Nashville Predators. Right now, Winnipeg is up 2 points on Calgary and up 3 points on Nashville, but Nashville has a game in hand.
Ooh.
So, Nashville has the toughest remaining schedule for sure.
Out of the 3?
Yeah. That said, I'm going to be cheering for Nashville in a couple of their games because they play Vegas.
Yep, that'd be good, yep.
And they also play, they play Winnipeg or Calgary once, I think? I'm not sure. But regardless, Nashville's going to be fighting for their lives. A desperate Nashville team playing against Vegas. I'm praying to God for the Oilers' sake that they make it. But between Winnipeg and Calgary, who do you think is a better team? And who do you think would have a better chance at winning in the playoffs?
I really want Winnipeg to make it to the playoffs and not Calgary, just because Edmonton-Calgary thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like they're going in opposite directions, so it's kind of tough who's gonna make it from those two.
Winnipeg's had a really lackluster month.
Yeah,
recently.
And then
Calgary's finally starting to pick it up. So
yeah.
I think Calgary has the best chance of making damage in the playoffs. That said, they're going to be playing likely the winners of the Pacific Division,
which is
either Vegas or Edmonton.
Yeah.
So I don't see them beating either Vegas or Edmonton, either one of those 3 teams. Nashville for sure not.
No,
Nashville. I don't know. Like, the biggest question mark for us is goaltending. All 3 of those teams have solid goaltending.
Yeah, no, but like you've seen us play Nashville, like
recently.
We just destroy them.
Yeah, Draisaitl might break the playoff scoring record in like
just in the series. Yeah. But Nashville, it'll be tough for them to make it, but if they do, then it'll just be smooth sailing for the Pacific winner, I guess.
I don't know, man.
For us,
anything can happen. Once we make the playoffs, anything can happen 100%. Are there going to be favorites? Absolutely, freaking lootly, there will be favorites.
But if they play us, though,
I still like Nashville beat us last game.
Did they?
Yeah, I think it was in overtime.
It was in overtime. But still, I guess.
Listen, I'm scared of Calgary. I think Calgary's gotten a lot better. I still think that they're not anywhere near the level they should be, but that's a playoff built team. They're a big physical team, and if Jacob Markstrom does what he can do, that's a dangerous team. He's been playing a lot better recently, so that's been huge. That's been good for him.
Calgary, yeah.
For them. Winnipeg has a few injuries that they're dealing with, but they have, in my opinion, the top 3 goalie in the league right now in Connor Hellebuyck. He will steal them 2 games in the playoffs, no question.
Oh yeah.
The team needs to play around him, but he will get maybe 1 or 2 shutouts depending on who they play against. Vegas for sure. I think it's going to be a little tough to to shut out Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in a playoff game. That said, I'm always a little nervous. I'm confident in my team. I believe in them, but I'm always a little bit nervous when it comes to playoff hockey because anything can happen.
That's true.
The President's Trophy winning Tampa Bay Lightning got swept
by Columbus,
got crushed by Columbus. Just absolutely.
They did get swept by Columbus. Yeah.
Manhattan. So
yeah, anything can happen. That is very true.
And then Toronto out in the East is the only Canadian team that will make the playoffs.
In the East, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Ottawa just since the trade deadline hasn't been playing really well.
They had a chance. They
did have a chance, yeah, but they weren't playing very well, and they're out of it, unfortunately. But speaking of confidence, last 2 games for Edmonton,
Those were huge.
You
sounded so Canadian there. Those 2 games for Edmonton,
Well, right?
They're huge. They're huge games.
Especially for Jack Campbell last night for his confidence. Speaking of confidence, with like a couple games remaining, he's starting to pick it up now, and it might be good for us in the playoffs if he has like all the confidence he has right
100%. Having 2 goalies in there just in case anything happens to one of them, it's good to have 2 goalies that you're confident in.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, if you would have told me it would have been Stuart Skinner's net, I wouldn't really have believed you. He's a rookie, and it would have been tough. But
I would have believed me.
But yeah, because you would have said it. No, listen, I love Stu. I think he's fantastic. I think he's wise, way past his years, and like that said, it's playoffs.
There's people saying that he might have a chance for the Calder.
I think so. Like, there's been no rookies that have have done a ridiculous amount of scoring. I don't think.
Yeah, this one has been really weird.
Exceptional, but he's getting a lot of wins,
especially in March. I think he broke the record for most wins for
in a calendar month for the Oilers. Yeah, he's got 10. He was named the Rookie of the Month.
Yep.
In March, McDavid and Draisaitl were actually number 1 and 2 stars of the month.
Yep.
It should have been a sweep because Nuge had more points than Clayton Keller.
I guess they didn't want to have an Oilers sweep.
Yeah, I guess so. But so that actually is a pretty decent segue, also.
Nuge is almost at 100.
Yeah. Do you think he makes it?
Yeah.
I pray to God.
You see how he's been playing? Like this whole year, he's going to get it.
So he's been sank in the last 2 games. 1 point in the last 2 games.
But it's 1 point still.
I know, but he needs 3 points in the last 5
to hit 100. Yeah.
I know.
He's good.
I know. I really want him
good.
to. Also, I really want him to. My 2 favorite Oilers of all time are both named Ryan. Ryan Smith and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Genuinely, like, obviously we love McDavid, we love Draisaitl, we love all of these guys. Like,
but
I even love Nurse, man. I know the Nurse hate is everywhere, but do you know that Darnell Nurse is like top 10 defenseman in both plus minus and scoring over the last 3 years? Like top 10 in the entire NHL.
Dang.
He has 41 even strength points, 42 total points. He has 1 power play point. He's not. He makes the eye test isn't great all the time because he makes some stupid plays. But he has been
playing like so many minutes, so you're bound to make a mistake every once in a while.
But that's that. I saw that in the broadcast the other day, or I read that in the broadcast. They were telling us about it. They gave us the stats and everything. He's a top 10 defenseman in the league,
and he's leading the team in blocks too.
He does everything.
He does everything.
He's a physical behemoth. Yeah. But what I wanted to talk about...
it wasn't Nuge?
Well, no, I freaking love Nuge, but no. So, there was 2 different things I wanted to talk about, okay? So, the first half of the season, we literally just spoke about this before we started recording. First half of the season, who was the best team in the NHL? Boston Bruins. Right, they're like 42-4, whatever stupid record it was. I doubt it was that good, but they were an absurd
but it was something
record,
like that. Yeah.
Absurd record.
Yeah.
Since I want to say it is January...
It was January 11th.
11th, okay.
Yeah.
The best team in the NHL is...
Boston.
No.
And the Oilers.
No, who has the best record since the... since I think it's late January.
Well, since the stat that came out like a week or 2 ago, they were both tied. But now it's definitely Edmonton. Edmonton is getting hot at the right time.
people are calling them legit Stanley Cup contenders. I genuinely do feel as long as we have one of our two goalies playing how they can play,
and then just McDavid, Draisaitl playing like they did last year.
Just all they need to do is play how they're playing now.
Yeah.
If they up their level in the playoffs, oh buddy, yeah, it's game over.
Which apparently McDavid and Draisaitl does. Somehow. And then we have Ekholm.
Okay, we have Ekholm, we have Nuge, we have Hyman, we have Kane. Kane is starting to really pick it up. Yamamoto's playing the best hockey of his career, in my opinion.
Hyman.
Yeah, Hyman, yeah. And then we have bottom six of Bukestad, Fogle having a career year, Derek Ryan career year, Klim Kostin career year.
Devin Shore playing well.
Devin Shore playing well is like our 12/13th forward. Ryan McLeod coming back and putting up like being a decent
and then bringing up
skater.
Holloway for the extended roster.
Holloway is an extended roster to come in and fill in if just in case there's any injuries.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, if we need Holloway to play, then our roster's gotten a little bit thin. Because he's our 14th forward at the moment, if we're going to be honest. Because Ryan McLeod is going to come back from injury right away. He's going on the road trip, so he's coming back from injury right away. And and then our defense. Cody Cece's not playing at the level he was last year. Actually, no. Compared to the regular season, he's playing pretty damn similar. Yeah. They didn't play that well in the playoffs, but that's also because Darnell Nurse had like a half of a hit. But Nurse, hopefully now, being healthy, Draisaitl is starting to play back to a level where he should be. Remember how 2 months ago he was like, I'm not happy at the level I'm playing at? Everyone's like, bro, you're second in league scoring by like 20 points. Like, how? And he's like, I'm still not happy. Like it, And now he's really shown. Yeah. Also, this is another stat I wanted to talk about. So, Draisaitl's been voted by his peers as the best passer in the NHL, yes?
Yep.
Do you know who leads the league in scoring in the last 5 years in goals?
Draisaitl?
Draisaitl's first was like 250. Matthews is second with 234, and then Ovi's third with 215. McDavid is fourth with 214.
Dang.
Draisaitl is not only the best passer in the league,
but he's the best scorer too.
But he is the best scorer in the league. But he's not the best player in the league apparently.
Apparently,
McDavid.
Well, yeah. Well, that's fine, but he's not better than Matthews or McKinnon apparently.
I was reading in the other place that he's. Like somebody ranked him like 10th in the league.
How?
I'm like, bro, are you like? Listen, I understand we're biased, we're Oilers fans and everything, and there can be an argument. Were you
biased when Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr were two of the best when they were playing?
Seriously.
Were you biased when Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky were?
When they were playing, I wasn't alive, so.
Well, no, but the people that are complaining, the people that are complaining, they're. Who else? Yeah, Yzerman, Sergei Fedorov,
Esposito
Orr.
Listen, I
Kane
believe
and Taves.
that there's a genuine argument with regards to Makar being the second best player in the league. I think there is a genuine argument with that.
I
think
Makar
is a generational defenseman, and I think he will go down as one of the greatest defensemen to ever play the game.
I can even see Bassey being like the best goalie.
And I think Vasilevsky will be up there 100%. But when we're talking about forwards, I do think McKinnon is an exceptional talent and an incredible athlete and definitely top.
A good leader and everything.
But I think Draisaitl and McKinnon are much closer than people give Draisaitl credit for. Also, Austin Matthews is not as good as Leon Draisaitl.
No.
Like, Toronto needs to stop talking about Matthews being as good as McDavid and start trying to compare him
TSN and Sportsnet aren't they like based in?
They're based in Toronto.
So they're gonna be biased.
Yeah, but that's like,
or they're gonna push the Toronto narrative.
I'll be honest. Matthews couldn't even wash their jock straps if they like.
No.
That said, Matthews is an exceptional player.
True.
100% depth. For me, top 5 center in the league, for sure.
Yeah.
I genuinely do feel that. I think he might be 5th. I think it goes McDavid, Draisaitl, McKinnon, Crosby, Matthews. As a center? Yeah, because Pasternak is a winger, Kucherov is a winger. But
But putting Draisaitl 10th, like, come on.
Seriously, that's just horrific.
But he plays with McDavid and he gets his points from the power play. Well, don't give us the power play, and then we'll still find a way to score. But
yeah, I mean, Wayne Gretzky had a lot of power play points too. Mario Lemieux probably did as well. The Montreal Canadiens, their historic 32% power play, they got a lot of points off of there too.
Yeah.
I think, was the Rocket on that team? No. It was in the late 70s, I think. So the Rocket would not have been on that team. I don't even know who would have been.
But still, like, I don't know why people are complaining. Just
they're jealous. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We're unbelievably blessed to have these guys here. I think Ken Holland has done an exceptional job at building a team around McDavid and Draisaitl. Like, what's a bad contract that we have right now? Apart from Campbell. But that's just because Vogel's having a career year. I think he's worth his $3 million.
Now, yeah.
The way he's playing right now, his physical presence, running, skating around like a psychopath, putting up shots all the time and creating havoc. Our third and fourth line is better than the third and fourth line of most teams in the NHL right now.
I don't think
I don't disagree. I wish we had Fogo to lower AAV 100%. Absolutely, I do. But like the Kane, Nuge, Hyman signings, Nuggy is playing at like a 10 million AAV type of player right now,
and he's only making 5.
It's absurd. Hyman is playing an 8 million player right now,
and he's only making 5.
Kane
making 5.
Right? Leon Draisaitl is playing at a 13 million player right now, and he's only making 8. But that was Chiarelli. That's the one.
That was the one good thing Chiarelli did. Yeah.
And you know what? We also have good prospects too. Like, Holland has really done a number on this team, and in an incredibly positive way. Jay Woodcroft has led this team brilliantly as well. Changed the culture, really got the buy-in from everyone, and everyone is following McDavid like there's no tomorrow. This is the most excited I've ever been about a hockey team in this city. I mean, the bar isn't very high, though. We've had some garbage teams for our years. But I'm more excited about this team than I was about the 06 Cup Run team. Significantly.
Yeah. Yeah, because we, aside from, like, Pronger and then Roley when he came in, we weren't doing that well.
But this is incredible. This is amazing. I genuinely think the winner of the Cup this year comes out of the Pacific, and it will be one of Edmonton or the Kings.
Kings?
Yeah, I don't think Vegas does it.
No, not with the goalies that they have now.
I think the Kings are one of the hottest teams in the NHL right now as well. And I think it's going to be one of Edmonton or the Kings that wins, at least in the finals. If Edmonton goes to the finals, they win. If LA makes it to the finals, the East team wins. And I think the East team will be Carolina.
But imagine if so let's say Edmonton's eliminated and the Kings make it to the finals. If the Kings win after trading Jonathan Quick, ooh, that's gonna be so bad for Quick.
I want Vegas to play the Kings in the first round so bad so that Quick can play against his former team and knock him out of the playoffs, honestly. I think Quick plays on his head, wins it, and then I think Edmonton beats Vegas. If we end up playing Vegas. That said, I don't know, man. The first round matchup, I'm scared of Calgary matchup.
If Vegas, I
am. I think it's like Calgary has so much more to fight with. I think Edmonton's at a better stage right now. I think our defensive core is now much stronger. I think it's about the same level as Calgary's.
Yeah.
I think our goaltending is the same level as Calgary's, and I think our forwards are insurmountably better than Calgary's. But if everybody in Calgary actually decides to wake up, that's a much better team.
Yeah, well, that's true.
We said at the beginning of the year, I thought they were going to fight for the West, first place in the West. What did I say? I think both Edmonton and Calgary got over 100 points and they would finish 1-2 in the West.
Yeah.
That's true about Vegas and Edmonton now, pretty much. Edmonton is currently second in the Western Conference, both in points and in points percentage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. Kings are second. by 0.003.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or sorry, like 0.3%.
0.3%, yeah.
That said, Edmonton is in charge of their own fate when it comes to passing LA. And we play against San Jose twice, Anaheim once, and Colorado and LA. That's who we played in the last games. I don't know the order. I think it's San Jose, Colorado, then back to San Jose.
Yeah, I think we finished with San Jose.
Yeah.
And
I think Colorado's the last away game. Because I think we do the California road trip. We start in LA, and then the second of back-to-backs in Anaheim, and then we go to San Jose, then we go to Colorado, and then we finish off here in Edmonton against San Jose. But Vegas plays against Minnesota on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
They just crushed Minnesota. Minnesota's battling for first in the Central, so they're going to come out like possessed.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that they win there. Vegas is also going to play the Kings. Kings are going to have a chip on their shoulder. They need a win. And then Vegas is also going to play Nashville, who's playing for their playoff lives. So Vegas is going to have 3 really tough opponents, and Edmonton can finish 4-1, and we should still be able to finish first in the entire West. But as long as the one loss does not come against the Kings.
Yeah, it just has to be Colorado if that's the one loss.
Yeah, or we can beat. Actually, I'd say we can beat Colorado. We can lose to either one of the San Jose games or Anaheim. Seriously though, because Colorado is still in a fight for first in the West as well. Like home ice advantage all the way up to the finals would be huge.
That's true.
Huge. Especially with this fan base, like how crazy we're going right now. I trust in them. Doesn't take away my nerves.
No.
I'm always going to be nervous about it because the playoffs are a different beast.
Yep.
But I feel we can be lifting a cup this year, man. I really do.
Well, stop jinxing it then and just believe.
I believe we can do this.
We can.
This is the best team we've ever had. Do you think Toronto makes out of the first round this year?
No.
We've talked about this every episode.
Yeah, we have actually. I don't think so.
If Vasilevsky stands on his head, I really don't. I don't feel it. I don't feel like they can.
I want them to beat their demon, like defeat their demon, but I don't think they can.
Matthews doesn't re-sign in Toronto if they don't make it out of the first round.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think they trade.
That'd be very unfortunate.
They trade Matthews away next year. Matthews signs in Arizona.
What'd they get from Arizona though?
No, he signs as a free agent in Arizona.
You said trade though.
They trade him Matthews first. Trade him somewhere. It's gonna be like.
Oh, for like a rental.
This is what's gonna happen. My phone's going off. This is not a good thing. This is what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a trade for 2 current roster players. The current team's like second line center, whoever the heck team trades for him. It's going to be a defenseman. It's going to be 2 A-grade prospects and 2 first rounds and 2 seconds. Like that's what it's going to take to prime Matthews away from Toronto for a year.
I don't think anyone's going to give up all of that though.
I think if you're going for like 1 year to win it all.
If you're like a Nashville or maybe a Winnipeg, because maybe they're probably going to lose a lot of their players in this off season. I can see it then, but any of the other like top teams, they're not going to give up that for Matthews.
Next episode, we're going to talk about our playoff predictions because we're going to have an idea of who's
going to be
with the matchups.
Facing, yeah.
Actually, we're almost going to be certain about it. Who the match is going to be. The season ends next week, Tuesday, I think.
No.
So we'll know. And then we're gonna put our Conn Smythe winner.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, that's everything for us today. I think.
Do you want to do the?
Oh, Ben Stelter performer of the week?
Yeah. You go first. Cause I got mine.
Stuart Skinner.
That was mine.
I know it was.
Okay, well I go first then. Stuart Skinner. Just because of how he's been playing in March and just the shutout that he got against LA.
And
especially that last minute versus LA. Holy.
And I'll give mine to Jack Campbell.
Okay, we'll give it to the 2 goalies.
Well, seriously though, first off, that first period, he was unreal. He made some huge saves. Got lucky with the post once, but he made some massive saves. Kept us in it, and got a shutout. Should be huge for his confidence. It's fantastic. So our Ben Stelter performers of the week are the Edmonton goaltending tandem.
Woo!
Skinner and Campbell.
Woo!
Soup and stew.
Soup and stew.
No, stew and soup.
Soup and stew.
Campbell and Skinner. All right. Thank you everybody for listening to episode 51 of the Canas podcast. Next week, we'll be recapping certainly a Corey Connors 6th place finish at the Masters.
You're really confident about that one.
I kind of am, yeah. I think Corey Connors should do good. So, anyways, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.